Hello, it is February 15th, 2021, and I am making a video about my DNA upload. I've been wanting to do this for a while to document my origins. My Y chromosome is my haplogroup. My Y haplogroup is JM267, the Cohen haplotype. And my autosomal DNA is, as you can see, all through here: Spain, North Africa, Israel, Germany, a little bit up here, all throughout the southern parts and United States. Have 24% Greece and Balkans, 14% Basque, that's northern Spain, Pamplona, Navarre, and I've actually learned that that's where my surname Sánchez de Iñigo comes from. It was from right there in Pamplona. That's the kingdom. This was at one time the kingdom of Navarre. Pamplona, my 33rd great ancestor, my 33rd great grandfather, Iñigo Arista. That's where I got my surname from, Sánchez de Iñigo. And I'm actually proud to say that I was a year ahead of family tree on the DNA. I found this out in 2019, and they just updated this on Veterans Day 2021. Goes through right here: the Basque people gained autonomy and privileges with the Moorish rulers who occupied Spain in the early part of the 8th century. It wasn't Spain at this time. There's still the Kingdom of Castile, Kingdom of Aragon, Navarre, and this high status aided the Basque leader Iñigo Arista Eneco. This is where Arizona get this name from. Arista, that means the oak. Iñigo is my little love, or Wanako in Arabic. The Arabs have a whole name for this. The Muslims, they call us Banu Sancho, or the descendants of Sancho, in the founding of the Kingdom of Navarre in 798. And they played a pivotal role in the Reconquista. I'm descendant of all the Jimenez dynasty, the house of Jimenez, all the Sancho, all the Sanchez kings, the warrior kings. King Sancho, first through the 7th. There's Sancho el Mayor. He conquered the Kingdom of Castile, Leon, and all this area right here. This was all the Kingdom of Spain. That was the first instance of the Kingdom of Spain. It was under Sancho III el Mayor. And then when he died, he divided his kingdoms to his sons. And then they went from the Kingdom of Castile, Leon, Navarre, and then eventually Aragon, and eventually became what we know as Spain today. And then I have Middle Eastern. So from Israel, it doesn't show it on this readout, but I do have Israel. I have the Y haplogroup from Israel, and there's actually a group of Cohens. That traveled from Israel to the Middle East in Tunisia, and this is where my Y DNA comes from Tunisia. So from Israel, we went, the Cohenim traveled to Tunisia, and then from Tunisia to Spain, and then northern Spain. I do have regular Iberian DNA in me also. Then I have 24% Greek, Balkan, and I suspect definitely more likely from the Spartans. Then I have some German DNA also. It was really weird when I was a kid. I just instinctively knew that I had German in me. I kind of figured it was because the colored eyes that my dad and all my uncles and my grandpa has, they all have blue-green eyes. Skip me, but I always figured it came from Germany. But actually, the Basques they're really light complected, and all my uncles are very light complected. They all speak Spanish, and both my mother's and my father's side, very strong Basque surnames, as well as Sephardic surnames. So my Jewish heritage is actually older than the Sephardim and the Ashkenazi Jews. Those are fairly recent in history. Within the last 500 years, my DNA goes back to the original Jewish priests that went, the Cohen that went to Tunisia, and there's actually still a tribe of Cohens that are still there. You can research that. Then of course I have my Native American DNA. I'm about 30% Native American, and I had about 3% in Mexico City, and a little bit over here too. And I think from oral history, we believe that we are Apache from my mother's side, and probably Apache too, somewhere in there. So we're from and then I also have a little bit of Ethiopian in me too, and I found out that I'm a descendant of King Solomon, and then King Menelik from Ethiopia. He is of my kin also, so he ruled Ethiopia. So I was Jewish Cohen DNA, JM267 from Israel. Went to Tunisia, then from Spain into here, all through here. Anatolia, I have some Middle Eastern DNA from Anatolia. 3% over here, and just a flash over there, but mostly Greek, 24%, about 18 or 14%. Basque specifically, 3% Iberian, 8%, and then 30% Native American, and most of it we realized from my other kin. A lot of it is in my local area, this area right here, New Mexico, USA. My computer's slow. But I wanted to document that. Sánchez de Iñigo, de Nuevo Mexico.